Once upon a time, there were two boys. Shit happened and stuff took place. Now those boys are men, and they can't afford a therapist. So together, on this podcast, they will air out what nobody talks about. Shit's gonna get weird, and you are going to judge. This is the Shakey and Jakey Get Judged show.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So, all right, everybody. Season 6, episode 2, Get Judged. Jakey's not here. Big fucking shock. Flaky Jakey strikes again. But we do have a guest. So I told you guys season 6, we're going to have more guests. We're going to be guest heavy. We got a guy on here, Paul. His handle is Bacon Wrapped Hot Dogs. He is, we bonded over shared content, I believe. I think he came up on the algorithm. I don't know how the fuck it happened. But here we are. So, hey, man, welcome to Get Judged.
Thank you.
It's super fucking exciting to have you. Like you're one of the few people that we've tried to get on that actually like comes back and goes, no, fuck, I want to be on. So I'm gonna kick it over to you. Tell us a little bit about you, bro.
I'm a dad of I just had a baby like 3 days ago. 2 days
Congratulations.
Ago. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Baby boy, fucking carrying on with my craziness, man. I got a little girl too. She's 8. I've been in the military for 14 years. I was infantry, deployed many times.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. And then got out and I did the family life after the military, which is smart. You don't want to do that in the military, especially if you're.
I bet.
You're just gone, dude. You're just gone. Yeah. And so yeah, man. And I'm a weightlifter. I like to rant about shit everybody's fucking thinking about, but they just don't say it because they just don't want to be an asshole. I'll fucking say it.
So you know what's funny? We started this because we said one of the first things we ever said was we're going to say the shit everybody's thinking.
Dude, especially in the gym, dude. It's just one of those things, man.
Oh, absolutely. We also said like when we were starting, we started this in 2020. I think we're COVID baby. But one of the things that Jakey and I said to each other was these conversations are the ones you have at 3 a.m. with a stranger over whiskey and cocaine. You know what I mean? Like, especially dudes. Like, dudes don't talk. We don't fucking talk. And I'm sure you can speak on that a lot from the military, right? Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I think originally you followed Gear, and that's where this started. Gear's one of our sponsors. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So, so yeah, I think that's what it was. One of your gym rants. I think that's how it fucking started. So give us some insight, man. Let's get right into it.
Yeah. So, you want to talk about the gym rants?
Whatever tweaks you, man. Because it's like we see it a lot, and like, and we'll get to it, but like. You see these keyboard warriors and they're in the gym now.
Oh man, it's so the gym that I go to right now, it's called EOS Fitness. It's people know this gym. It's in Fort Worth, and what I'm noticing now is it's a fad. The gym is a fad.
Yep.
It's a fucking nightclub scene for these kids. I see these girls so dolled up, and like I'm leaving, and they're like, it literally looks like you're like leaving to go, and these girls look like they're going to the club, but just in gym attire,
underwear,
makeup, like their makeup is all done. They got hoop earrings. I'm just like, what the fuck? And stop wearing fucking slides to the gym. I don't understand why these chicks wear slides or Yeezys. that right there is like, dude, like seriously, like you're not here to work out. Like it's
No,
it's a
exactly.
fad.
Yeah.
It's just a fad, man. It
Yeah.
gets so annoying though, because then these girls walk in there with their nose all high in the air, like they are the, you know, they're the shit, and I wouldn't fuck you with his dick. That's kind of where it's at. It's just, you know, it's. I don't know where you guys come off with this attitude of you guys are holier than thou, but everybody knows you guys have been working out for less than 6 months, and you think you bring something to the table, you don't.
Yeah.
That's
well, and like a lot of them don't. They've got no muscle tone.
Oh no, and guys too. There's
the guys too.
Bunch of these guys, man. Yeah, I'm not trying to just
like
just get the win.
No. But what are you flexing for? Like what the fuck?
Oh, dude. So there's a dark room. It's the influencer room. Fucking lamest shit ever, dude. And the only people, it's got like black lights. It's, you know, it's perfect for like pictures and recording and shit. The only people who take their shirts off are 150-pound dudes, and they're not impressing nobody. And I just, it's funny. It's like they take off their shirt, they weigh 150 pounds soaking wet.
Yep.
You know how they walk around like
imaginary lat syndrome.
Yeah, dude, calm the fuck down. Nobody cares, bro. There's not a girl in here who thinks you're attractive. Sorry, it's just what it is. The girls today don't find that shit attractive, which is older girls. I feel girls in our age bracket would, because of, you know, we're definitely older, and it's a big thing to keep our bodies.
And you're putting in the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, you go to these younger kids, bro. You're 17 years old. Fuck yeah, you got a 6-pack. So did I. So does he. It's just you didn't work for it, so stop acting like you did.
We all have. Their 6-packs are there. Everybody's got them.
Yeah.
You just gotta find the fucking
time yet, bro.
You haven't been fucked around with life yet, man. You haven't been shot at. You know what I'm saying?
No, you haven't binge eat for fucking years, man.
Yeah.
And you know, and then you know, I was 18 years old. Me and my buddies from Southern California, we were driving down to Tijuana getting gear. That's the life that I have lived ever since. It was gear, pain pills, and gym. And you know that combination is not good, man.
Well, you say it's not good, but I'm here to fucking tell you, my friend, it ain't so bad. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's you know, I got put into one of the hardcore bodybuilding gyms from Southern California, and you walk in there, bro, you can just smell the fucking steroids, the pain pills, and just everything else, dude. And that's what I grew up with, and that's just kind of how my
that's in the 90s in Southern Cal.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000s, yeah. I was gonna say late 90s, yeah.
And that's just what it was, man. Like you ever seen those memes of those dudes in the locker rooms and they're selling gear in the tiny little fucking locker room?
Yep.
Well, that was it, man.
Yeah.
You know,
dudes are blowing into fucking full blown nosebleeds. They're fucking the back acne's bursting on the bench. Like I've seen that shit, right?
Dude, it's crazy.
This guy I grew up with used to wear a white wife beater to the gym in this small little town in northern BC, man. And this was in early 90s, like 92, because I graduated in 94. I'm 48, but this is early 90s, mid 90s, I guess. And this fucking Rob Dick was his name, and he was. I don't know if you know much about Canada, but we've got like different religions, like Mormons big up here. And Mennonites, that type of shit. I think kind of like Quakers, I think down there, you know, like, so very like, you know, very stringent, fucking religious, inbreeding, fucking, you know what I mean? They're kept away from everything. So whenever they get a test of the fucking forbidden fruit, they just binge. Yeah. So this Rob Dick, man, he was fucking a mon. We had that old school gym, clanging and banging, fucking the heavy 45s that chipped, that if you fucking bumped into them with your shin, you'd die. Those ones. So I remember watching Rob Dick, man. Him and this other guy, Jason or Kevin, they'd fucking sit down and rack the shit, and the white wife beater. And when he'd get up after benching like 5 plates, his back was just red.
Riddled, yeah, dude.
All the fucking shit would blow. He'd have a nosebleed, and he'd just be walking around going,
yeah. Yeah, dude, that's the shit, bro. That's like, dude, that guy's intense, man. Like, what do you want?
And you see him now, and he's a preacher now, and he's just a fucking mess. He is just. So you grew up in that. You that was your.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was
So
my thing,
you're from California originally?
Yeah, dude. I was born and raised in West Covina, California, and
Okay.
I was always involved in sports like hockey. And my dad was a gymnast, so he got me in the gym at like.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, like 7th grade, man.
That's cool.
And 9th grade, 10th grade, I had to switch schools, and then I met one of my best friends who's now passed on. He's this big old meathead, dude. He looked like a skinhead, this huge meathead. And he's the one I remember going to. It was called Bulldog Gym. And I got to work out for free. He's like, yeah, the owner won't mind, because I was lean, whatever.
Yeah.
I was just, I was like a 16-year-old kid who was an athlete, so it wasn't anything crazy. And I remember he reached in his pocket, he pulled out a handful of pills. He said, "Here, take these. You won't feel the burn." And boom, that was the start.
You won't feel the burn.
Yeah, that's the start of everything, bro. Everything. Yeah. That was the start of going to Tijuana, getting.
So what's that like? What was the Tijuana gear days like in the mid 2000s?
Trashy, scary as fuck. Oh, dude, I got stories for days. So you could. It got to the point to where if you were a white boy, you could go. If you were a bigger white boy, there's no fucking way, dude. The federales, they
knew what you were coming for.
Oh yeah, dude. The second you cross, they would fucking, you basically what you had to do is if you were willing to take the risk, you put a lot of cash in your pocket, like $200-300, and the rest of it in the bottom of your
Let
shop.
them take it. Let them take it.
So you bribe them. Here you go. Please just leave me alone. Then you go to the pharmacy. And, they know they're not idiots. And it was called Reformant AB. It was a 50cc bottle. This was the original D-ball. It was liquid form. And you had to, so you took it out with a syringe and you squirted it under your tongue. And it tasted like camel piss, dude. Oh, it was horrible. And you had to do it twice a day. You could inject it, but did you really want to inject that twice a day?
No.
What I mean? Hell no. So that was the start, bro. And then, it was DECA, D-ball, DECA. It's just what it was. D-ball, DECA, and test.
That's wild.
Dude, that's just, I was 17, and me and my friends were just going down there getting this shit, and we didn't know any better.
No.
We got this stuff's called it was Test 400, the worst shit.
Oh, the T400.
Dude. Worst shit. It was a black label with yellow writing. I remember it.
Like a yellow jacket.
Twice.
Like a fucking yellow jacket. Yeah.
It put me in the hospital twice. It was just like, it's like somebody just made it in a bathtub and just put it in a bottle and said, "Here you go."
So I got a funny story with Test 400, and we'll hop back to you. But it just, so I all I run right now is TRT, right? Like I'm 48. Mm-hmm. I just run some TRT and a little bit of fucking SARMs here and there, just some peptide shit. But I was fucking, when I first started TRT like 5 years ago, my guy who's just he passed on, and he actually took his life last year. He was a fucking fucking successful businessman, had an empire building, one day gone. Who fucking knew? No. So and we'll touch on that shit because we touch on, and I'm sure you've got some fucking stories with your background, right? But but anyway, so I said, hey, I called his old lady. I'm like, I need some tests. I said, I'm out. She goes, okay. So she sent me, and I said, well, send me the best you got. So I didn't even think about it. She sent me T400. Mm-hmm. So I was running that as TRT. Oh my God. And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, why in the fuck am I fucking getting so big? Why am I fucking breaking out at 40 And then I looked and I called him. I said, hey, I probably can't use T400 for TRT. Hey, he's like, fuck no. So anyways, you got hospitalized from it, running it the way it was supposed to be.
So, if you notice, the shit was thick like motor oil, and so your body can only intake so much testosterone at a time. So T400 is usually it's just null and void. Like your body can't intake all that one time.
Yeah.
Like when people try to say, "Oh, this is test 500, bro." I'm like, unless I'll take it in quarter shots, but it's still thick as motor oil.
Yeah, you have to mix it with fucking with DECA or something to fucking get it to go in you.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't have to mix your gear to get it go in.
No, hell no. It was so thick, dude. So I remember I had '96 Acura Integra, bro, and I couldn't for the life of me, bro. My ass was swollen. I couldn't fucking walk. And my
All from doing the
lungs were-
shots?
Yeah, man. Like my ass cheeks were.
Yep.
And I started getting a fever, and I got really sick. And I remember I told my mom when she took me to the hospital. And I mean, it was just antibiotics.
You don't
It's just-
know. You don't know it's 17.
Yeah, no. It's one of those things to where, also for anybody who's listening, if you ever get sick off a shot, go to the fucking hospital. Tell them what you did. They don't fucking care, man.
No,
they
they don't give a
care.
fuck.
Just
These are the
Yeah.
people that pull fucking things out of people's asses daily.
yeah,
They don't give a fuck that you took
No.
steroids.
No, they fucking don't. And they're not going to call the cops. You're not worth their time.
And I think
But if
that's a good message that you just sent.
Yeah,
It's like
it's-
go to the hospital.
If and I always tell people, hey, is it swollen? Yeah. Is it hot to the touch? Yeah. Do you have a fever? Yes. Go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Dude, nobody cares you're taking shit, bro.
Nobody can see me right now, but I'm rubbing my right ass cheek because I did a shot like 4 days ago, and it's still hard, but it's just that spot, right? But
Yeah.
your brain goes, oh, is it hot? Do I have a fever?
Dude,
fucking Baker Up hot dogs got me rubbing my ass online.
it's crazy. I did a shot a couple months ago, and I don't know if I had some bad bacteria on there or some sweat or what, but I had this fucking solid ring around my quad. And
Yeah.
It was so painful, and it's crazy because you can see that ring after like a week or two, it will drop down to your ankle.
Yeah, it's working
You know
out.
what I mean?
It's working
Yeah.
out. It's working out. Well, hey, I mean, I think over the past 5 years, we've all had stuff in our bodies we didn't want, right? So,
Yeah. I got so everybody knows what Tren cough is, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why they say it's like no, what actual Tren cough in my definition is when you inject Tren and you get it in your vein. You ever done that?
no, I haven't. I haven't got it in my vein.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, when you get it in your vein, and usually it's your ass cheek is the worst. I always describe it as it's like Satan is crawling, and this is the best description I can do because it feels like it's Satan is crawling up your spine, grabs your lungs, and bites your heart.
Jesus
It is
Christ.
now that I said that, if you ever do Tren, you're going to do it. Remember, you're not going to die. Don't call 911. Nothing. It's just fucking, just go in for the ride, bro. Just lay on the ground and just take the ride. Because it is the worst feeling, bro. There's nothing you can do. Like, it's I had this guy in Turkey. It was called DNA Labs. He had this professional series, and it was like a blend of just fucking toxic death. It was like Tren, methyltrianolone, and I think it was Trestolone Ment, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
Or it was Tren based. It was three things that like nobody like you would.
That they're
take
giving
that
to
before-
rhinos. They're giving them to
Yeah,
rhinos.
dude. Yeah,
right.
yeah. Like you take that shit for a powerlifting meet to go kill somebody.
Yeah.
And I remember I was in my bathroom and I got it in my ass cheek, and immediately I felt my upper lip tingling, and I knew I was like, "Fuck!" And I punched my door because I knew what was going to happen. My wife was downstairs, and she was like, "What's the matter?" And I said, "Nothing." Look at my pants are down on my ankles. She comes walking up the stairs.
You got a needle in your ass.
And I had to do, so I pulled it out, bro. And she's talking to me, and you can't talk, dude. You can't talk.
No, you can't talk yet.
So I'm just like, hold on. I fall over on my bed with my pants to my ankles. I got blood squirting. It's just coming out like.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, just hold the fuck on. Don't call 911.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
let
not
me
gonna
ride
die.
this shit out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does. And I know people can relate because they know what I'm talking about. But sometimes, bro, like if you get test base in your vein, it literally looks like somebody sucked the soul right out. Like it fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
It's
Well, because your body it won't kill you, but your body will run it through, and it's going through your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the first place it goes.
Yeah, that's why.
So
rough,
it's like
man.
if I don't know, like if anybody out there like understands like pipes, but when you run something through a pipe enough times, eventually it'll get thinner and thinner when you run something thick, right? But you have to run it through that motor a bunch of times, and that motor is your heart, man.
Yeah,
like.
dude.
So no, that's fun. I had that happen once in my quad.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't the fucking femoral, but I fucking hit something because when I pulled it out, it fucking just started shooting, and behind
Yeah.
my ears,
Started taking
it felt like somebody was, like grabbing me behind the fucking
yeah,
ears and pushing
yeah.
into my brain. And I was like,
It's
I was drooling, like spit was coming out of my mouth, and I was in a fucking Airbnb. I was at a job. I was doing a shutdown, and I'm like, well, this is how I fucking die. Like,
Dude,
I always
yeah.
figured I'd die in a kitchen, but I figured there'd be a fucking straw up my nose or something, or a
Yeah.
fucking shootout or something cool,
Yeah,
something
dude,
fucking
something
cool. Not a middle-aged guy injecting fucking questionable low-grade fucking non-pharma steroids into his leg.
low grade fucking oils from God knows where.
Some motherfucker in Tijuana was pulling it out of a fucking
Yeah.
Jeep Wrangler. Fuck.
But it's so funny how when you do that and you hit a specific nerve, I don't know what it does, but it triggers that nerve.
Yeah.
I've had my fingertips feel like they were on fire.
Yep.
And it
Yep.
hurts, dude. You're like, what the fuck? And my feet. But yeah, it's just,
there's one in my delt that I hit it once in a while, and it goes up my chest, and I'm just like,
oh,
I can't. I'm just like, what the fuck? Why the fuck is this? But then you're like, you know what? I look pretty good, and I'm healthier than I was in my 30s. So why not?
Yeah, and so with your delt, you have a delt cut, like there's a split, and if you inject in between that split, that's when you get that fucking softball that pops up, dude.
That's I think I've got that split in my ass right now. I got the softball.
Yeah.
I split the glute, but I think we could do a whole episode just on juice, and we will, because you're coming back. You're coming back on the show. You're coming back. So let's jump. I just want to, like, are you good with jumping into like a couple deployment stories, or
absolutely? Well,
just because like I've seen a couple of your stories and you kind of get into, I think you talked about a nightclub in Turkey or a nightclub in Czechoslovakia or somewhere.
Yeah.
And I like you it was one of your stories, because your stories, like, literally, I always sit there and I'll watch them, and they'll end. I'm like fuck, what happened?
Yeah. Dude, there's so much shit.
So what's a good introductory so that we get an understanding of what it was like for you when you were out doing your thing?
I mean, a lot of people know though that, and the one thing I do want to make myself clear is if you call them war stories, there are dudes who make my stories look like fucking Disney fucking booties. You know what I mean? There are some fucking heroes out there.
Yeah, no, I think that, and so where I'm coming from and why this is so interesting to me, and not to cut into your shit, but like, I'm Canadian, right? Like, I don't, all this shit that's going on with Canada and the States and all that and blah, 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 I stay the fuck out of it, because, like, honestly, our country, and I'm going to say this, and just Canadians listening, if you don't like it, get fucked. We don't have an identity. We're a country of immigrants. There's no one here from here. Even the Indians aren't from here. They're fucking, they came across the land bridge from Eurasia. No one's from here, so fuck off. But my thing is that, our war, we've got a lot of stuff that we've done, but I think it's just sometimes at a different level. And the one thing I've noticed about Americans is you guys are very proud of it, and you talk about it more openly. A lot of Canadian guys are just like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. Well, I'm not asking for your fucking worst case scenario. Tell me something that's fucking interesting and would not, I'm sure you're scarred. I'm not asking that.
Yeah.
You want to talk scarring stories? We'll talk about my fucking dirty neighbor that fucking liked me more than he should have. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But dude, I think, when I say thank you to people from America, because, like, the reality is this, you guys are the big brother. I hate to break it to any Canadian listening. You guys are bigger, and you've helped us out. So just some kind of fun fucking story, dude. Like, something.
Yeah. So I have a video, bro, and if you want, I will fucking send it to you. So it was 2005. We were in Baghdad, right? And so I was there for the first elections. Now, if the Canadians probably don't know, we helped Iraq establish basically a democracy to where they could vote. There was a hierarchy to where they could vote. It wasn't a dictator taking their shit. Yeah. So what happened was, it was 3 days of voting, and nobody in the city of Baghdad Mosul. Nobody in Iraq in those major cities could drive a car. If they did, we'd fucking just smoke them. Because it was 100%.
Car bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were, and this was 72 hours out on patrol in a Striker. If you don't know what a Striker is, it's just a big vehicle with 8 wheels. It's for infantrymen.
Yeah.
And we were, I mean, like, you know, after, you know, fucking 24 hours, you're already ready to pull your fucking hair out, dude, because you can't do anything. You're just driving around hoping people don't fuck with you.
And staying awake naturally.
Yeah, dude, fucking oh man, stacker, not yellow jackets. They were stackers. Is that what they're called?
Yeah. I think it'll be trouble.
Yellow jackets, whatever. Those stupid fucking things. And so there's donkey carts, man. And I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna go ride one. So
you're gonna ride a donkey cart.
Yeah, dude. So I'll send you the video.
Because you're bored. Yeah.
We are on the worst street in Baghdad. In Iraq, it's called Death. I forgot what it's called. If anybody like they know, it's in Baghdad. I think it's a Suzu or fucking Toyota. That's the name of the route. This was the IED fucking death lane. This is what everybody. Also, these massive
the triangle. The triangle.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck this. So I got a video of me in this dude's donkey cart, whipping him with my weapon at the low ready, just going down while my Striker is providing me cover. And dude, you know, you do a lot of fucking funny things out there, and you wonder how you're still alive today because it's just one thing and it's done.
Well, and that's like I could never relate to that. Like, I mean, like you how you started the story was like you gave respect to the people who maybe went above and beyond your stories and were in different situations. Mm-hmm. I tell a lot of fucked up stories. I've done a lot of fucked up things, but it's like at the end of the day, there's real shit that goes on out there. You know, like a lot of the stuff that me and my buddies did was complete chaos, but it had nothing to do with being anything for society. So like I mean, to hear I'm big on psychology, I'm big on mental health. I think it's huge.
Yeah, it is.
And it's so the study of humanity is interesting to me. To hear your honesty about that is huge to me, because it's like you never hear people like people come back broken, they come back scarred, but they don't come back and talk about maybe some of the fucked up shit you did to break that pattern. And I think that dark humor saves a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe you can speak to that with what you've seen, right? Like, I find for me, the darkest people I know have been through some of the darkest shit, but they've used their sense of humor to be okay.
Absolutely. That's why you talk to any grunt, even in Canada, which is infantry, their humor is the darkest. They're that person that when we go out to anywhere, and the second we start speaking, everybody kind of just looks at you because, like, it's like, okay, you guys don't understand because you guys, you know what I mean? You guys are soft, I guess. You know, the way we talk, the way we are, we can talk about gay shit. We can talk about just
who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it's not gay shit. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. It's just how we grew up, and shit was really bad, and we were really, really, really going through fucking hard times on deployment. The dark humor, just like you said, is what gets us through that shit. I mean, it was, you know, we went through a lot of stress. We even made, we were in the middle of nowhere in Anbar, Providence, and we made hooch. It looked like we had a little mini meth lab in our fucking, there were Hessel barriers that we lived in. And it's so easy it's just a pinch of yeast and some fucking fruit juice with, it can't be carbonated. And you
can't be carbonated, okay.
Yeah, and you just put it in a big old 2-liter with some water. You got to put a hole in the top and you shake it. So we would put IV tubes in the top that would lead to an IV bag, so it would burp it on its own. You couldn't smell it because it smells, dude. Yeah, so it looked like a meth lab, bro.
That's fucking amazing.
But yeah, dude, I got stories for days, man. You know, we you want another funny one?
Absolutely, please.
So we got sent down to this place called Anbar, Providence, and it was the Marines were the ones who had this sector of Iraq. They were in charge of it all. So we were down there doing our thing, and this city it was like a square. It was like a grid square. It was given to the people by Saddam, and this was a very nice town. It wasn't dirty. It wasn't shitty. These houses look nice. There was lawns. I don't know if people know, but there's a lot of really nice spots in Iraq. It looks like a paradise in some areas, not the cities. And
I know lots of women like that.
Yeah. Dude. And so this was right by the Tigris River, obviously, because that's how this is in the middle of nowhere. And this city was given to the people because they were Saddam loyalists, right? So they didn't have to pay rent. They just got the city for free, which is pretty cool.
Holy fuck.
So we had a little outpost that was way on the outskirts. They tried to fucking fuck with us all the time. So one night, my squad, it was our night off. So we got fucking tanked. Tanked.
Yeah.
And this is our deployment. We were getting extended. So instead of a 12-month, we got extended for 16 months, which was put a lot of stress on people. So we're fucking tanked, man. And our platoon sergeant comes in. He opens the door and he looks around. You can see his eyes get big, and he's like, fuck, you guys got a mission. You got an SKT mission right now, which is a small kill team, meaning they were going to infill us. They were going to take us in a, not a military vehicle. We had jacked this fucking terrorist shithead. We took his Yukon. So we were going to get in the back of this dude's, in this Yukon. I had
pretend you were him.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah. So like it just wasn't very suspicious because it was just a regular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this was at like midnight, which there really is people not driving around that late at night. But this was a city in the middle of nowhere, and they didn't give a shit. So we just did it, dude. And I jumped out the back of this Yukon with my big ass machine gun, and it's called bounding Overwatch. Sorry, excuse me. Basically, 3 guys run up, stop, do cover. 3 other guys run up past them. It's just basic infantry tactics. We're trying to get to our stronghold, and we're running. I was running, and I was throwing up at the same fuck with a 26-pound machine gun, 900 rounds.
Because you're drunk.
Back. Yeah, dude, we're all hammered. We can't even talk right, dude. And this is just like we couldn't find the area we were going to. We couldn't get to it. So they called the mission off.
You guys are so drunk, you were just running around shooting.
Yeah, it was so bad because what the goal was, we were supposed to get on this rooftop, and there was a roundabout that whoever this high terrorist is, he was throwing bodies there. So we were just gonna go fucking murk his ass, and we.
He was doing a drop.
Yeah. So we could not manage to get to this rooftop because my whole squad was just fucking tanked. So we had to call off the mission. It was embarrassing, dude. But it's just. I'm sure that
wasn't the only time that happened. You know what I mean?
No, dude, it's I mean,
one thing yeah.
Go on. I'm sorry.
It's just weird, because like I said, I'd be ignorant to even speak to the situation because I don't get it. I haven't lived it. I don't understand it. But so many people do comment, and they make comments about war, and they make comments about behavior and this and that. It's like it's and to minimize it, to say it's like anything else, it isn't, because war is much different. But it goes with that outside comment on something you have no understanding about. It's like, why are you talking?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. It's like people that fucking criticize people of survivors of abuse. They're like, oh, look at you, you fucking drunk. Well, why do you think he's drinking or she's drinking?
Yeah.
Like, why do you think she doesn't trust men? Why do you think he doesn't trust? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, why do you think some people come back the way they come back?
Yeah, absolutely. It's my first time in Iraq, I was 22, and this
22 years old?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, dude, 22 years old. I was like, fuck, I can't. This is where it comes in, right? It's like that fucking reality. 22 years old. I think
Absolutely.
I was fucking passed out in a tent from rafting. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's where it's like my stories about, oh, we got fucking shot at this fucking party. We got, a bar fight. And then it's just like, motherfucker was 22 and you were probably old.
Yeah, dude. So for infantry basic, we had a dude who wasn't even 18 years old, man. And you can go through basic without, you could be 17, but your parents have to sign off. And I remember when we finished everything, he had the ceremony as the youngest, dude in the whole battalion for infantry, because infantry's a little bit different, especially when you're that young. So basically, we graduated, and I'll never forget the speech that our drill sergeant said, "Hey man, I'm just trying to be real with you guys. You guys are going to graduate, and in 3 months, you guys are going to be in war, and some of you guys are not coming home." And it's like, everybody's under the age of 22, like whoa, and it just hits you real hard, man.
Fuck, some motherfuckers haven't had sex yet. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. And
yeah.
So depending on your unit, you graduated basic, you got to go home for a couple of days, boom, you were gone to your unit. And depending on what unit you are, if you're consistently deploying, like if you're 101st, 82nd, 3rd, 4th ID, you're fucking later. You're gone, dude. You're going to be in Iraq knowing fucking nothing in a period of months. Like you don't know any tactics. So this is the one thing that, it's really shitty that we do. It's better because we're not in a wartime right now, is these kids, they don't know war tactics. But you're going to ship them over, and it's on-the-job fucking training. Well, you don't know something, you're going to get yourself killed, somebody else killed. That's the shit that I don't agree with.
Well, and yeah, fuck, dude. And you watch it on the news, and I mean, I think if you can actually listen and see all sides of it, you can maybe make a comment on it. But it's like, it's that guerrilla warfare shit. Mm-hmm. How come? So this is a question to somebody who's been in it. How come Western countries don't practice guerrilla warfare to fight guerrilla warfare, or do they? And we just don't know.
Yeah, so it just depends on the mission. So we practice So there are schools.
Okay.
That you can do that in, but those are specialized schools, right?
Gotcha.
So depending.
So not everybody gets that fucking.
No.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
And because, to be honest with you, we're never going to go to Vietnam and do that again.
No.
We got our asses fucking handed to us because those guys just kicked our ass.
And that's kind of what I meant, right? Like if you look at, like, obviously I wasn't there, I didn't see it, but in Iraq there was some different tactics used by the locals that Americans wouldn't use.
Yeah.
So you can't, and when you said guys go there and they're not war ready, you're not fucking survival ready compared to what they're willing to survive.
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement, or is that ignorant?
Absolutely. These guys are so ready to die for something that me and you would laugh at and have fun, like you know.
They're fighting over who came first, man.
It's
fucking wild.
Yeah, I got videos of shit that I did, and just complete and utter chaos. The Sunni and the Shiite, these are two tribes that were going at it, and just they're
fighting over the prophet and the prophet's son. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It makes
you can't beat that. You can't beat it. But you can't beat that level of fucking of belief.
That's scary.
And I've said that to people. Like, not even just with that, but with anything. If you can convince people to fucking believe you that much, you're fucking unstoppable. It's a cult mentality. That's
Absolutely.
Religion. That's religion, right? Like, and I'm not against religion, but
no, no. You ask anybody in the States or in Canada, hey, right now, would you go kill somebody for your religion? I would say 98% of it's like, no. You go to those guys, let's go.
Yeah.
If that means that I'm going to get taken to Allah and get my fucking 72 virgins or whatever, let's do it.
Well, you're not. Hey, if you ask the naturalized citizen, if you ask somebody new, they might. Yeah. See where I'm going. See where I'm going with that one without going there.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, that's some wild shit. And it's like, I can't. That's why I respect your rants, because like there's more to you. You're not just this fucking. Because there's so many people out there that just complain.
Yeah.
But you've got some, and I know there's a lot of depth there. Like, just because you're a funny motherfucker. But like what I like about your delivery, and Jakey said it too, is that you'll switch. You go from one. You don't just stay focused on one thing. It's like you're using your platform properly. I believe. Well, I think,
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have
Yeah, yeah.
moments. Like, there's a reason I killed my personal account, because I'm just like, I can't. Like, I've got this to get that shit out, and I've got an animal page. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude.
Like,
Yeah.
there's some shit that I just, fuck. It's like, there's a few people out there that I just see them talking, and like big famous motherfuckers, and I'm just like, shut up. Like,
Yeah.
shut up. Like,
It's
what the fuck are you talking about?
a lot of them, dude. It's influencers today are just this. It's just I don't.
Well, and
It's
that's the toxicity, right?
uh, it's the like some of these influencers, man. Like they just like bro, like you're literally. I mean, that's cool. Like I'm jealous that you get to make all that money. I am, but you literally have zero life skills. You love fucking nothing. The only thing that you've done because this is your era. 16, you got fucking Instagram, and you started doing some stupid videos, and for whatever reason, that caught an audience, and you blew up.
The Paul
Good for
brothers.
you.
Paul brothers are a
Oh,
perfect example.
look how big
Perfect.
they are, dude. But they're smart. I'm sorry, like
Oh, they're
they
smart.
don't.
I
Yeah,
respect them.
yeah. They're like Jake is stupid smart. He's smart businessman.
And they're athletic.
They're super
Like, they're
athletic.
doing it. Like, you look at Logan Paul in wrestling, he's
Yeah.
doing some shit. Like, I'm a big wrestling nerd, and a lot of people know it. I grew up watching it. And it's fake as fuck. I don't give a fuck. But it's like, the shit he
Still
can do.
hurts.
The
Yeah.
shit he can do.
Oh, they're super athletic. Yeah,
And if
I
you
mean,
can make people fucking pay you $50 million to spar Mike Tyson,
yeah.
how the fuck? I'll go do that.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean,
Hell
I'd cry, but whatever.
yeah, it's and people want to talk all their shit. It's like, dude, well, you can talk your shit, but when you have that much money, you can hire the best trainers in the fucking world. And
100%.
You know what I mean? You can hire the best trainers in the world. I mean, you get everything top, like just A plus.
He's on the best gear. He's on the best recovery.
Absolutely.
He's got hyperbaric chambers, float tanks, fucking. He's like The Rock. He's cycling fucking synth shit into whatever muscle group he trains. Like, that stuff exists. I hate to break it to you. Not you, but the people listening. The stuff you see on alien movies when they're regenerating people, they have it already.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking rich people fucking have it. If I can get peptides if I can get the Wolverine stack for me, what the fuck do you think they can afford?
For 20 G's, 50 G's? Yeah, dude.
Right? And they've got a crazy doctor who's been fucking cloned 8 times since World War II, named Adolf. That's fucking
dude. Absolutely.
In between building rockets for Musk, he's given juice to the Rock,
It's a lot of these people think like, hey, like, we're our technology is not where it should be. Well, no, it fucking is. Yeah. We have always been 50 years ahead of this. The chief of NASA, he's retired, said this shit like 10 years ago. On interview, he said, he kind of laughed at the question. He said, we are 50 years ahead of our time in technology, and we have been for decades.
100%.
But we as people are too fucking stupid to take this technology and apply it to our everyday life because we're just dumb.
Yeah.
That's just bottom fucking.
We're not ready.
No,
we're not ready.
No, we're not. Look at society. Look how trash this society is in some of these cities. They're so bad. It's like, dude, like, we're not ready for shit, man. And I agree. They have everything you see in the movies. We absolutely have.
Yeah, all the ideas that have happened are there already. Like, every book that was written, and this is what I always tell people. People are like, oh, how come it's happening now? Because fucking 100 years ago, somebody wrote in a book an idea. And then 20 years later, somebody found the book and fucking read it, went, hey, I can fucking make that better. And it just keeps fucking going. Somebody laid the fucking plan 200 years ago, and then some motherfucker, and then Elon Musk decided to read them all and went, we can do this shit.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of meth and a lot of mind control drugs.
It's
and virgin blood, babies, all that shit.
So, what was it? The Wright brothers invented flight in 1911. I think it was 1911 or 1901. And then, was it 60 years later? We happened to go to the fucking moon.
Right.
That's a pretty big fucking.
That's a big jump. That's a big jump.
Dude.
That's a big jump.
So we definitely had help, and people don't want to believe in aliens or whatever. I mean, I'm such a huge believer. I can go on all day long about shit, and people are just so. Society is so engulfed in themselves that they don't care about the person left or right. They believe everything they fucking read.
Well, that's the design.
Yes,
That's the design.
absolutely, absolutely.
That's the
It's
design. And
sad.
I always tell people I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a reality theorist.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
look around. Look around. Like, you can't deny shit's happening. And
No.
everyone's like, oh, what are we going to do about it? I'm like, nothing. Because I'm going to be dead.
Yeah, dude.
I hope my kids fucking sort it out.
I have this. Oh, I was about to get this.
Thank God you're wearing pants.
Oh. This is the conspiracy. What does it say?
Of your life.
Yeah, so these are all conspiracies. These are all
That's fucking
real
cool,
conspiracies, bro. There's conspiracies on here I've never even heard of, dude. There's so many conspiracies. It's just,
Well, and then you got to think about it. They'll allow the conspiracies to be out there to keep people thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Holy fuck! No, this is you're definitely gonna have to come back because we're burning through it. But let's get to a couple parts just from the podcast. So you're American. I asked this question specifically for you. Mm-hmm. Who's the best president ever?
Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln. Okay. How come?
You can't hate that man for nothing. You can't hate that man for anything. He did so many good. I mean, he ended slavery, which is a huge step. And there's going to be people who are like, oh, you blah, blah, blah. No, he literally ended fucking slavery. And the other people, the other side, killed him for it.
100%.
And that is a whole conspiracy I can go into myself. Yeah. Like, that is a whole other thing.
That's a start. And I was really hoping that you'd go with somebody older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course, man.
Because
yeah.
Well, like, we don't, like, so Canada, like, so here's some fucking knowledge is we've only had a flag for 60 years. Mm-hmm. Flag's the first thing. The flag's the first fucking thing you guys did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we need a flag. So that tells you about us, right? Like, that's our melding pot. If you ask me the best fucking prime minister, I don't know, because I don't care. Lots of people do, but I really, that's a great answer. And yeah, he did end slavery, and there's some people that don't like that, but there's some that do.
And then there's people who will contradict, oh, well, he didn't do this, or he owned slaves, or just,
everybody fucking owned slaves then.
It's and I'm not trying to jump in a pool of shit here, but black people owned black people. White people owned, I mean, it was just,
hey,
everything.
I've said it 100 times. Every race and every culture in the world has enslaved their own people and their own believers. The only thing that fucking is different is that white people perfected it.
That's great. That's a perfect point. Yeah.
It's the truth, right? Like, and I'm not, and anybody can, hey, if you don't fucking like that comment, unfollow. Yeah. But I'm not saying that I support it. But if you, okay, let's say this. Me and you fly to fucking Africa today, and we walk to a lithium mine. Do you think there's any fucking, do you think that there's white people running that mine? No. And who's working in the mine? Black people. And are they getting fucking paid? No, they are fucking not.
I watched a whole thing on that, dude. It's
wild.
It's sad, man.
There's pregnant women with babies packing lithium in fucking wet bags.
And it's all for fucking these fucking
electric cars. Dude. It's all for electric cars. So there you go. Slavery is alive. Slavery is not just white people on fucking black people. The first, and I said this in an episode, and you probably didn't hear it because it's far enough back, but I said slavery was the first impulse buy.
Yeah.
Because we were looking, white people were looking for spice. They found spice. And as they were leaving, Dave at the fucking front said, hey, that's a lot of bags. Do you want my brother to carry them for you? You can have my brother. He'll help you. What do you mean? Like, to the boat? No, keep him. Here's, just pay me. That's how the fuck it happened.
Oh, man.
Like, white people just didn't drive around going, we need some black people.
This hatred for white people right now is so, and
I hate everybody equally.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yes.
Everybody's ugly.
It's everybody has their ugly sides, but the internet is so bad. It's like, dude, like, And all this hatred happened, I would want to say, in the Obama. It started with Obama, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And it's trickled into your country. It's trickled.
Oh, 100%.
everywhere.
Do you think that's because he was a black president?
No, not at all. Not at all. I remember I was in Baghdad, and I remember every fucking buddy was so pumped to have him as president. We were in a chow hall, and we were in Kuwait, actually. I think it was Kuwait. And I remember filling out the ballots in Kuwait. Everybody I knew was voting for Obama. Yeah. Everybody. And then I personally think Obama, if he wasn't so fucking weird, I thought he's the best speaker. And I could go into something that will blow your mind on this too. The dude knows how to talk to people. He knows how to talk.
Yep.
That dude can.
He can talk to anybody.
Oh my God, the way he can deliver a speech, nobody can do it.
Him on Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. This guy is the most powerful human in the world, and he can talk to anybody. Him and Anthony Bourdain sitting and having soup on fucking Anthony Bourdain's show.
And he is
Who does that?
Yeah,
he's approachable. He's approachable.
He is, and he did a lot of shit that was fucked up. That was nobody knew it.
Okay.
I don't know how much time you have. I'll give you a little snippet.
Yeah.
So there's a podcast that I watch that's called The Cult of Conspiracy. You ever heard of them?
I haven't, but I'll check them out.
Dude.
Shout out to Cult of Conspiracy.
Yeah, you want to talk about going down fucking rabbit holes? These guys are so good at it. So this is probably something for a different episode. It's
well, set the plate for it then, and we'll come back to
it. So there's something in the satanic world called a high satanic wizard, and you have to get there, and it is the greatest honor. Blah 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 blah. Basically, this dude is over all of the satanic churches in the world. I think the world. Now he's the one who does the spells. So this dude, he's retired. I'll send you a link. You can look him up because he's gone to Christianity now. He said that when he was doing this, he did all these spells that people would pay for. I mean, thousands of dollars. All the boy bands, he couldn't get banked. He's like, the boy bands got to where they were for a specific reason. And it just goes on.
There's got to be some reason behind it.
Oh, yeah. And he said when he was a high priest, he went to Bohemian Grove, and they were molding their future president, and it was Obama. And he just gave this whole spill about how this dude fucking, look at his record. He was chosen from birth, which is really, really weird. And he's an actor. His acting coach, now, this is the craziest part. Have you ever seen the original Superman?
Yep.
Not the original one, the newer one, the badass one.
With Henry Cavill?
Yes. Okay. Do you remember the Army general when he breaks his handcuffs? That dude talking?
Yeah.
That was his fucking acting coach and speech coach.
Really?
Now, if you picture that dude talking, he talks just like Obama. Obama talks just like him.
Yeah.
And so people will find it so hard to believe it. Yeah, that's it.
I don't. Hey man, here's the reality. Here's the reality of everything. Not everybody has to believe it, and I always say the worst thing that ever happened was that the universe or God or whoever you want to talk, however you want to call it, took a perfectly good monkey and fucked it up with anxiety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our prefrontal cortex has allowed us to do so many things, but it's fucked up so many things. Like we're overthinkers because we don't know. Like you, if you go back to how we're stupid and we don't understand what we have and what we can use, it's because we don't know what to do with that prefrontal cortex. We're monkeys. That came from somewhere. It evolved or it was planted somewhere. Because it's like my buddy blew my mind. He goes, well, how come we're not all monkeys still? I was like, he goes, how come there's still some monkeys and we're not?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Really that fucks me up. That fucks me up. If we're primates, how come they're still there?
Really makes you think, dude. I mean, there's a lot to think about, but yeah, dude.
Oh, for sure. No, it's fucking. I love that. I like this is where we're trying to go with the podcast now. Is like we've said the unhinged shit, and I think I think we should always be able to, but I think
Yeah.
it's time for us, and this is what the season 6 is about. I'm fucking super stoked you're the first guest. Is that we want to bring some reality into it, and there can be that chaos, there can be the unhinged shit, but we've actually got a platform where we can fucking learn and we can share knowledge, right? And by bringing other people in, and it doesn't, I don't even give a fuck if it's like-minded. I could give two fucks. Like everyone's like, I hate podcasts that only have people they want on there or that agree with their shit. Like I've got buddies that fucking are like, I wouldn't go on your podcast. You wouldn't listen to me. Come on my podcast, motherfucker. I don't care. Tell me. I know you're retarded. Tell the rest of the world you're retarded.
And that's the thing that I feel. You know, I'm not trying to boost myself up, but you know, I'll get political, and if somebody says, "Whoa, no, you're fucking wrong," I'll be like, "Fuck, my bad." Yeah, I don't agree that dipshit is. You know, I mean, dude. So I can admit my faults.
Well, you have to drink your own Kool-Aid. I always tell people, like, because people like with me, they're like, you won't back down. I said, listen, I have to believe my own shit. Because if I don't believe my own shit, nobody else is going to fucking believe me.
No.
So we've got one more thing. We touched on it. We had a really good segue, and then I'm happy we got off to the right. But ugly person of the week.
Oh, fuck. Does it have to be somebody famous or just
It could be anybody the fuck you want.
Oh, dude, there's this chick at my gym. Oh my god, she's not ugly. She's just inside. You can tell she's a dirty fucking human, man.
And that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, dude, she's just a fucking. Blah. So I see her. She has a twin sister, and her twin sister looks nothing like her because they're both idiots, right? But she has a son, and every time I see her, she's just locked into her phone, holding her kid, right? So she goes to the gym, and I have made some videos. You might have seen this. I put her on blast once or twice, where she will go into the dark room. She will do 2 exercises, literally with 2 reps, and she will take, I'm not exaggerating, probably 500 to 1,000 pictures.
To get the right angle?
There's no angle to get. She's got an ass like fucking SpongeBob, dude. She looks, you know how like when SpongeBob makes that fucking face where his lips are down? That's what her ass looks like, dude. And it's just like, she tries to hit these poses, but I don't want to be mean. It's like, honey, you don't have that pose. Like, stop fucking trying. Your ass is it's flat as your back, dude. It's shit.
And I think we have to be honest about that shit, dude. Like,
I
had somebody come up to me one day in the gym, and like I don't wear a tank or nothing. It's just me. Like I just wear one of my hoodies because I'm advertising, right? And this girl comes up to me one day and she's like, do you mind if like I'm doing some recording, so you're going to be in my video? You're good with that? I said, well, you might as well have some actual fucking content.
Yeah.
And she just looked at me and she was, what? I said, you don't even have weight on the fucking bar. What are you teaching? And she's like, well, I'm selling my program. I said, what the fuck is your program?
Oh, I'll throw up right now.
And then she's getting all fucking, then her boyfriend comes over, and he shouldn't have been talking to me either. Yeah. And he comes over and he's like, what's the issue here? I said, well, the issue is about to be you getting helped out. I said, so you need to make a choice. And he just looks at me. He was a younger dude. He's big and whatever. And I don't give a fuck. I'll hit you with the weight. Like I'm not gonna. I'm 48. I'm not scrapping. We're not scrapping. I'm biting you. I will bite your balls. If you end up on top,
get that. Yeah.
They don't get the level I'll go to. I told my stepkid that one day because he's getting big and he's like, he's looking at me. You can tell he's kind of looking at me funny. And I'm like, hey, because I got a kid. He's 29. And I said, you know, he was, well, has he ever tried? I said, yeah. I said, it ended poorly. And I said, it's going to fucking end badly for you. I said, I'll be 68. You can come at me. You can win, but I'll get you when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And I said, that's a lesson you need to learn. I said, you need to be willing to go to the next length. But so the ugly person's at the gym. I like that. There's a guy at our gym that I go to. He's that guy that runs from machine to machine, does 1 rep on max and then keeps going. Do you got one of them?
Everybody does, dude.
He's amazing. And then he will sneak up on the heavy bag and fucking run and do like a side body block on it.
Roundhouse fucking.
No, he throws his body at it sideways.
Oh, even better.
Dude, it's fucking amazing. But dude, if you're gonna come back on, we'd love it. I think it'd be amazing because this is what we need. How is the new baby? How is the new baby?
Oh, great. Yeah, he's. I mean, all they do at this stage is sleep, shit, and eat, which is fine. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I also feel that when I have a newborn, it brings the best out of me because I love being a newborn dad, which is hard for some people. I'm 42, but dude, I'll rock the fuck out of it. I'll go take the fucking baby car seat. I'll go drive around. We'll go do whatever, man. Because I just love being a.
That's fucking beautiful, man,
Yeah,
and that's
I
awesome.
love being a
Like,
baby dad. Yeah.
I love being a baby dad.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. Like, everybody's like, you get all the attention. It's just,
Yep.
It's not all the attention, but it's the fact that this little human can make me. And I haven't been like, I got a daughter. I love her more than life itself. Brings out a different person in me, and I feel like since my daughter's grown up, I kind of lost that.
100%.
That sense of joy, and I get it back now, and I'm stoked for it.
That's fucking amazing, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And like, I know we talked in the last episode about incentive, so thank you for no photos.
I got one for you. Fucking got one for you, just so you know.
We'll put it up. Hey, send it to me and we'll post it.
Yeah, I'll put that motherfucker up.
No, honestly, I'll post it with when I put out that this episode's coming out. I'll post. Fuck it. I'll be like even brother's kid.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, no, man, this is fucking great. We're out of time. I'm gonna kill the thing, but stay on for a second. I want to chat a little more if you got time. But sure, hey, thank you, Paul. We appreciate you being on here. You. Okay, one thing I didn't ask. Fuck it. While I'm leaving, why bacon wrapped hot dogs? Why is that your handle?
So before I joined the military, dude, I used to always go to raves in downtown Los Angeles, and it'd be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and nothing's open. Well, there are certain things open, but you'd have the little dude with the cart, and he'd have the best Mexican fucking bacon wrapped hot dogs.
No shit.
In the fucking world, dude. And I've always loved bacon wrapped hot dogs. And I've had that handle for years, and it's always just been so catchy. And if you've ever had them, I make them probably once a week here because I fucking love them.
I see you posted a few times.
Yeah, dude. If you ever have a bacon wrapped hot dog, it will change your life.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do one episode when we have you on is you can make some bacon wrapped hot dogs for us.
Yeah. Easy.
It'll be fucking amazing.
Do the whole video.
All right, everybody. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's been a great episode. Thank you again to Paul. Jakey, you fucking flaky piece of monkey shit. I mean, he's in New York. He's probably getting reverse enema. If anybody knows what that is, they know what the fuck I'm talking about. But we'll be back for episode 3 in a week or so. There's going to be some additions to this because Jakey's got some work to do with tagging some stuff in. But Paul, thank you again. We'll have you back on.
We pardon this interruption. As legal counsel for the Shakey and Jakey Get Judged podcast show, we must inform you as a listener that the opinions, comments, and subject matter of this podcast do not in any way reflect the opinions of those that matter. In fact, we would like to state on the record that the opinions and comments of this show are from the twisted minds of the creators only, and in no way should this show be taken seriously. The fact that you have listened this long does, however, reflect that you as a listener are in dire need of a therapist. In the meantime, please move on with your life while always judging Shakey and Jakey. Thank you for tuning in. This concludes your therapy session of the Shakey and Jakey Get Judged podcast show.